It was supposed to be a day filled with love, laughter, and celebration. A beautiful wedding ceremony, meticulously planned, brought together family and friends to witness the union of two souls. Little did anyone know that this joyous occasion would soon transform into a nightmare as a wave of illness swept through the guests. What began as whispers of upset stomachs quickly escalated into a full-blown medical emergency. More than 60 people fell ill after eating a cake made with raw eggs that was not stored correctly. A total of 182 people attended a wedding in 2022. Of 138 study participants, 66 became ill. Within hours, guests experienced severe gastrointestinal distress, including nausea, vomiting, and debilitating cramps. The festive atmosphere evaporated, replaced by panic and confusion. 50 people were hospitalized, but no deaths were reported. The emergency room overflowed with wedding guests, all exhibiting similar symptoms. Medical professionals worked tirelessly to treat the patients. An investigation was launched to determine the cause of this unfortunate event. Investigators collected food samples and interviewed guests. The race was on to identify the source and prevent further infections. Health officials meticulously interviewed the wedding guests, painstakingly piecing together a food consumption history for each attendee. A pattern quickly emerged. The vast majority of those who fell ill had one particular indulgence in common: a slice of the beautifully decorated multi-tiered honey cake, prominently displayed on the dessert table. The honey cake, a symbol of sweetness and prosperity, had been a labor of love, prepared by a small family-run bakery renowned for its custom creations. However, somewhere along the line, from preparation to storage to serving, a critical error had occurred, transforming this culinary centerpiece into a breeding ground for bacteria. Laboratory tests confirmed the suspicions, identifying the presence of Salmonella bacteria in both the remaining cake samples and the stool samples of the affected guests. Honey cakes, which use raw eggs in cream layers, had been stored at room temperature for 3 days before the event. Salmonella enteritis was isolated from all 49 patient stool samples and 2 honey cake samples. Staphylococcus aureus was detected in 35 of 38 patient gastric lavage samples. The investigation shifted its focus to the bakery responsible for crafting the honey cake. Health inspectors conducted a thorough examination of the bakery's facilities, equipment, and practices, meticulously searching for any breaches in food safety protocols that could have led to the contamination. Their investigation revealed a series of critical oversights and violations that, when combined, created a perfect storm for bacterial growth. The honey cake, containing raw eggs, a known carrier of Salmonella, had not been cooked to the required internal temperature to kill any potential pathogens. This crucial misstep, combined with improper cooling and storage temperatures, provided an ideal environment for the bacteria to multiply to dangerous levels. Furthermore, the investigation uncovered a lack of proper hand-washing facilities and inadequate sanitation practices within the bakery. These findings painted a clear picture of a business operating on the fringes of acceptable food safety standards, ultimately leading to the unfortunate outbreak. According to a study published in BMC Infectious Diseases in June 2022, there was an increase in acute intestinal infections. Initial epidemiological investigations found cases occurred among participants of a wedding held in a restaurant. Salmonella, the culprit behind the wedding outbreak, is a type of bacteria that commonly causes food poisoning. It lives in the intestines of animals and humans and can spread through contaminated food and water. Symptoms of Salmonella infection typically appear within 12 to 72 hours after consuming contaminated food and can range from mild to severe. The most common symptoms include diarrhea, fever, stomach cramps, nausea, and vomiting. Most people recover within a few days without specific treatment. However, in severe cases, the infection can spread from the intestines to the bloodstream and other parts of the body, potentially leading to life-threatening complications. The wedding guests who fell ill experienced the debilitating effects of salmonella poisoning firsthand. The outbreak served as a stark reminder of the importance of food safety and the serious consequences that can arise from neglecting proper hygiene and handling practices. 14 samples were collected from leftover ingredients and prepared dishes. E. coli was detected in cooked liver pancake, E. coli and Enterobacter spap in uncooked mushrooms, E. coli, Enterobacter, and Salmonella, enteritis in 2 samples of honey cake, and E. coli in uncooked horse meat, which is an ingredient of beshbarmak, a traditional Kazakh noodle, onion, and boiled meat dish. Among 100 samples from restaurant food preparation and serving surfaces, E. coli was found in 24 samples, including on plates, tables, and dish racks. No pathogens were detected in nasal and throat swabs collected from the 8 restaurant personnel tested, and none of them had any recent illness before the wedding. The extent of contamination across different surfaces and food types was likely the result of poor food hygiene practices, said scientists. The wedding outbreak was a stark reminder of the serious threat of foodborne illnesses. It highlighted the need for stringent food safety measures from farm to table. 14 honey cakes were served at the event, but the preparer of the cakes did not have a valid health certificate to prepare food for public consumption. Also, the preparer's private kitchen had inadequate refrigerator space to store all the honey cakes, so some were stored at room temperature. Another concern was that the honey cakes were delivered to the restaurant on the morning of the event, but their kitchen also did not have enough refrigerator space for storage, so the cakes were stored at room temperature until being served. Other foods that were served were prepared by restaurant cooks on site. Proper food handling, cooking, and storage prevent harmful bacteria like Salmonella. This includes washing hands thoroughly, cooking to the right temperature, and refrigerating promptly. Avoiding cross-contamination is crucial. Raising food safety awareness in kitchens and homes is essential. By following safe practices, we protect our communities from foodborne illnesses.